Better in the landscape and not the portrait. Okay. Hi guys, it's Tasha. Yes, I did shave my head because I do have summer school and I need to walk at least 3 miles each and every day in the blazing sun. And Monster hates trees. So I'm just like, there is no shade. I need to get rid of whatever hair that I had. And it was so thick and dark, and I'm just like, I can't. So, yeah, I just went down to Great Clips, and I had it shaved. But, like, that happened actually a week ago today. Anyhoozles, I know I seem upbeat. Hi, Katie. I know I seem upbeat, but that's only because I'm still in mourning of losing one of the best teachers I will have ever had. What? You're so loud. Okay, apparently she's joining me. Her name was Janan, Mary Adams. She used to work at a ton of schools. Are you my audience? You're adorable. Oops. Oops. She used to work at a ton of schools. She was such an amazing mom. She was an amazing teacher, an amazing person. If I would have, like, if I didn't know her, if I had just met her, like, on the street, I would have said, "You're a freaking angel, you're awesome." That's how amazing of a person she was. She passed away May 31st, 2016, at the age of, I believe she was either 43 or 46. I'm not good with numbers, and I'm not really good at remembering numbers and stuff, which is probably why I'm retaking geometry. But, I believe she had a long line of illness, and what triggered it was a stroke. Hi. I love you. Anyways, she had a stroke, and, like, when we first found out about it, it was like, are you kidding me? Like, she can't be gone. You're lying. It's not possible. And, like, again, I know I seem upbeat, but it's my way of coping with all of this. I know it happened almost a month ago. However, her funeral services, they were yesterday. I had gone, a few hundred or so people went, and, or at least that's what it seemed to be, because it was at this very small church, and, like, they had people, like, lined up outside of the little chapel part, and I believe it was to the back of the church. Like, I had gone alone. My mom had taken me to go to her services, and, it was very, very difficult for me, because her death, it didn't seem real until I had gotten to that church. It didn't seem real even during the services until, like, it really hit you. Like, oh my god, she's gone. And I know I seem kind of nonchalant about this, but she didn't mean the world to me, but she meant enough to me that I could tell her just about anything. One of the last little things, like we had talked about, now this is going to be very, very hard for me to say, because I know I'm going to start crying and stuff. However, I do not want this to be like, oh, it's a he said, she said thing, and, like, she's gonna get in trouble for saying this. Like, it happened more than a year ago. So I'm not placing the blame on anyone. Well, I kind of am. But it doesn't matter. Okay, it kind of matters, but not legally. It doesn't matter legally. So I don't want to, like, be called from the cops because this happened to me, so, I'm not going to say the person's name. I'm not going to say the person's name who was there, like, other than that person. So, yeah, again, this is very, very hard for me to come out and say, but I figured, since I'm making this video about her, I figured I should bring up a conversation that we had that meant so much to me, and I kind of got my closure from it. However, I'm still fighting for my closure about her being gone. More than a year ago, I was a junior in high school. Me and the two people who are in the story, we were juniors in high school. This is going to seem, like, really, really weird, but, like, I don't know. There was some type of bond between the three that I had felt. I have no idea what those two people felt. However, I know that the person who I was seeing at that time, he didn't feel that way at all. However, he acted like that. He lied. He had said that he loved me. He had said that he cared about me. Like, all that stuff. He lied so many times, and I am so freaking gullible that I believed him every single time. However, it got to the point where his lying, like, okay, like, he had lied about, like, him moving, so, like, it would be the last time that he and I saw each other, so it would be the last time that he and I could do it. And I'm just like, I am not ready for that. If you love me, you wouldn't do this to me. You wouldn't force me to do anything I wasn't ready for. However, he kept pushing me. Not really physically. But he kept, like, touching me and stuff, and I'm just like, okay, I am not into this. I am saying no. I'm screaming. I am pushing you away from me. Just stop. He didn't stop. As soon as, like, my pants and my underwear was down, the person that we were with, like, he didn't fully realize what was going on in this situation, I don't think, and neither did I at that time, because I'm just like, I'm not ready for this. Why is he doing this to me? My mind was racing. I couldn't think straight. I apparently also didn't have the strength to push him away from me to get a hold of this situation. So the person that we were with, when he finally, like, came to, like, oh my god, she's about to be raped, he physically pulled me off of the person that I was with, and, like, apparently, well, first, the guy that I wasn't with, he drove me home, and, like, I was crying the entire way home. I didn't tell my parents, or really anyone, until, like, this year, because, like, a friend, or, he's not really a friend, but, in Mrs. Adams' class, there was this guy who he didn't really like my ex, which I feel really, really stupid for calling him that. He didn't like my ex, and I obviously didn't, but my ex had apparently, confronted this guy, or there was a confrontation or something, and, the guy who I used to be with, he had joked around saying, oh, I'm going to rape your girlfriend or something, and I'm just like, no one says that, no one does that, what is wrong with you? And so, like, I start freaking out. Let's just say the situation was not handled lightly. However, they couldn't really do anything about it, because the guy was just joking. And the guy that I was dating, he had already graduated, so, they couldn't really do anything about that situation. And, like, talking with Mrs. Adams and the social worker, and my parents, like, about the whole thing, like, it gave me some type of closure, so the next time that I saw him out in public, I didn't have that PTSD like I did whenever I saw him in the hallway. I used to completely shut down when I saw him. Whenever I saw him or whatever, like, I couldn't take it. And I didn't have anyone to really go to. I know teachers, administrators, and some students say that, like, they're there for you. Like, they're resources to help you through things. But that wasn't the case. It didn't feel like anyone was really there for me. Like, that was just the things that they had said. Like, oh, yeah, we're here, or open door policy and stuff, and then you go into the freaking guidance office, and, the door is closed. Because they're with another student discussing their grades. However, this is urgent. You need to tell someone that you're having a mental breakdown, that someone has completely scarred your entire life, and is basically ruining it just because you saw their face. That your depression and your anxiety has risen to a point where you're breaking down on the inside, you're completely imploding. But, you know, if you went in that door and if you told them, look, this is what's happening, I'm emotionally unstable right now, I need some help, they're not gonna help you. They're just gonna sit here like, oh, yeah, whatever, it's not that important, you're just a teenage person, like, who's fighting the same exact battle that everyone else is. Get off your high horse, you're not important. Mrs. Adams was the type of person to, like, actually listen to you, to help you with things like that. Things that you couldn't really go to another teacher to, because she she understood how terrible high school could be, how awful people could be, but she was still an angel to everyone around her. And I guess you could say that she's still a literal angel to everyone around her. Thank you, Mrs. Adams, for everything. I can't really say thank you enough for everything that you've done to help me and other people through situations, to actually be there for them when we need you, and we need someone to talk to. You're one of those people who can't really be replaced by just some other person. You will never be replaced by anyone. Sure, your teaching position may be filled by someone else. However, you as a person, Mrs. Adams, Jen Ann, Mary Adams, you can't make another person like you. And I do believe that everyone you've met in your entire life has felt that way. And we're blessed to have had you in our lives. I'm gonna end this video before I start crying, because I'm really trying not to have a breakdown right now. But yeah. Mrs. Adams, and thank you for everything. I'll see you when I see you. Bye, guys.